when song on my skin. I count like shooting star, you can never resist. Rapping, remember just my business. In my clear in the ceiling could be a limit. I'm coming to you where upside down. Suddenly we can't stay but toes. Play yo-yo to keep me turned on, spin me up. Yeah, wait, don't stop, don't stop. Get a better fate, better all mine. Made my own best, never rewind, yeah. Shouldn't speed it up, waste my whole life, yeah. So keep your eyes on me. We go right up to this beat. Just come and follow me. I won't let you down. Keep your eyes on me. If we're right up to this beat, just come and follow me. I won't let you down. Song on my skin. I count like shooting star, you can never resist. Rapping, remember just my business. In my clear in the ceiling could be a limit. I'm coming to you where upside down. Suddenly we can't stay but toes. Play yo-yo to keep me turned on, spin me up. Yeah, wait, don't stop, don't stop. Get a better fate, better all mine. Made my own best, never rewind, yeah. Shouldn't speed it up, waste my whole life, yeah. So keep your eyes on me. We go right up to this beat. Just come and follow me. I won't let you down. Keep your eyes on me. If we're right up to this beat, just come and follow me. I won't let you down. Song on my skin. I count like shooting star, you can never resist. Rapping, remember just my business. In my clear in the ceiling could be a limit. I'm coming to you where upside down. Suddenly we can't stay but toes. Play yo-yo to keep me turned on, spin me up. Yeah, wait, don't stop, don't stop. Get a better fate, better all mine. Made my own best, never rewind, yeah. Shouldn't speed it up.
Yo, hello. Can you guys hear me? There's an echo. Give me a moment. I always mess up my sound settings. Yeah, I think that it should be better now. Let me know if you can still hear the echo. Also, hello Spring, Kifune, Nana Shikros, Faldinki, hello everyone. I need to take a crash course on OBS at some point, because I still have no clue what I'm doing. And I always manage to mess something up. Are you feeling better, Homo? Yeah, I've been feeling pretty alright these past few days. You know, I have better days, I have worse days, but overall I am feeling a lot better than before. That's why I'm able to be here and stream. So yeah, I'm happy to be back. This is some sort of experiment for me. I never really did any kind of live stream for an HSR developer live stream. So I want to see how things would turn out. Maybe if people enjoy it, we could do this more and do this kind of live streams for Honkai Impact as well. And I'm not talking about the Hyperion Lounge. I'm talking about the Chinese developers live streams. Because yeah, it's cool. We are going to watch the Hyperion Lounge, but it won't be very exciting since we are one patch behind, so we already know what's going to happen and all the content that it's going to be presented. But nonetheless, it's pretty nice to have it presented in a cohesive format. There's a problem with the Hyperion Lounge. There's no English subtitle. Yes, I saw something weird. I saw that the subtitles are auto-generated for English. They seem to be okay for the other languages. I mean, whatever. It's in English anyway. I guess James couldn't be bothered today. But it is what it is. Pretty short anyway, 20 minutes. So we should be right on time for when the HSR livestream starts. Hello AP, who is James? I've heard this name thrown around a few times. James is a meme. Is a meme character. I often hear Zikadla in her streams calling him out. Is basically this imaginary character that is responsible for translating for the English localization of Honkai Impact 3rd, and every time the localization messes something up, people would say that it's James' fault. So yeah, that's James. It's the imaginary localizer for the English version of Honkai Impact 3rd. But yeah, have you guys already watched the Hyperion Lounge? I assume that you did, since it was posted 8 hours ago. Thank you for the lore, yeah. I would prefer to have a word with the global publishing team. I mean, sometimes me too, honestly, but yeah. No, I didn't, so I see that some of you have not. That's awesome. I didn't get the opportunity to watch it myself. But like I said, don't expect me to be surprised because I already know in fact, I even did a video a few weeks ago about all the content in the beta. You can find it on my channel if you're interested. So I don't think we'll see anything new. At least I think I would have seen people talking about it on Twitter. And yeah, even the story, I know what's happened in chapter 9, so not much of a surprise, but anyway. Do you think it's possible for us to ever get synced? Honestly, I don't think so. I think that part 2 was their best opportunity to sync the servers. If they didn't do it then, I don't know if they will ever do it. Hello, Nightmare. But yeah, anyway, let's get started and watch this. I will deactivate the subtitles since they are automated, so there's no reason to keep them here. Let me know if it's too loud or not. Narrowlab. Dragons. Also, please no spoilers in chat for the people who do not keep up with the CN stuff. Let's not spoil the story for them. One of the best part to battlesuits. And I really love the drop. Yeah, I agree, Nightmare. DOST speak. Chapter 9. If Destiny concludes today. Thelema or Helia pause. In terms of design, I would say Helia. In terms of gameplay, I think I still prefer Thelema.
Hyperion Lounge for version 8.3. I spotted a new map and even a dragon in the trailer. Looks like there'll be many surprises in store for us.
Reimu also seems to be in grave danger this time, but I'm looking forward to the development.
Why is Coraline Phosphorus? Well, it's not really Phosphorus, it's more like a reused asset.
Let's take a look at Helia's new battlesuit.
You'll see when the chapter drops.
Inheriting the battlesuit from the Revenge Spirit, Helia appears as planar armament, warped spacetime. She is a biotype lightning damage dealer protected by Astral Ring specialization Grail of Infinitude.
Okay, so this is the English translation of the new Astral Ring, Grail of Infinitude.
She can share her SP with teammates during Stellar Outburst. She can even consume SP to consecutively cast Ultimate and deal massive damage.
Yeah, I got to play the beta and it's a pretty fun mechanic. You actually do share the SP with your other characters in your team.
Tap ultimate
I
to
don't
perform her
think
3
it's
sequence
as
ultimate
fun
and gain
as
kinetic
Law
energy
of
Scorch.
Ascension, but
When Scorch is full, hold attack to
it
cast
was
her
okay.
combo attack and deal massive lightning damage.
After performing her ultimate, Helia gains the floating pivot buff. She can launch the follow-up attack, Drifting Edge, and accelerate SP restoration.
In Stellar Outburst, Helia can connect her combo attack to the Link ultimate.
I wish they
Rainless
took the longer
Skies
patches to
deal
rework the
massive
early
lightning
game and
damage
modernize
gain
it,
invincibility.
and
In
less
Stellar Outburst,
to feel
Helia can
less
also
like a
consume
2018
SP
mobile
to
game.
consecutively cast ultimate and trigger the special buff,
Uh,
Facet of Infinitude.
Honestly,
After triggering
I
it
really
twice,
don't think that
Helia's
they
combo
will
attack and
will
Link ultimate
do
will be
much
enhanced,
in terms of
dealing massive
modernizing
lightning
the game
damage.
and such. I feel like
Teammates have the symbiosis trait.
Honkai
Then,
Impact
during
3rd
Stellar
is
Outburst, their
in a
attacks
place
can
where
quickly
they
restore
don't really
SP,
try to
speeding
attract
up
new
the team's
players
burst output
with it,
cycle.
and they just try to
Besides
keep the
battlesuit,
already existing
Helia's
player
weapons
base.
are also unmissable.
So I
After
don't
the
really
version
think that
update,
they will
the
invest
recommended weapon,
much
Rainbow
in
from Cinders,
the
and
early game.
firearm, Rainbow from Cinder's Wayforger will be
And just add new content.
In version
The most
8.3,
they can
you'll
do
enjoy 50%
would
off
be
the first 10
to
battlesuit
make
supply
it so
drops.
that the
The
starting
login
point
event
for
also
the new
grants
players
Helia's
would be part
Choices of
2
Fate
and try to
stigma
make a
option.
new
That's all
tutorial
the information we have
to
for the
modernize
battlesuit,
a
planar
little bit the
armament,
new player
warp space-time,
experience.
and her
But I don't
weapons.
think that they will touch the part 1 story.
Helia looks cooler than ever with her new weapon and new battlesuit.
Also, I
I'm
love
sure
this
Helia's
wallpaper.
voice actress must be
It's
feeling emotional
it's
after
really
witnessing
gorgeous.
her come this far. Next, let's hear the messages from the voice artists.
It's not as snappy as Law of Ascension, but probably the second best. I think so too. We kinda need to see a few more Valkyries that use this mechanic to say if it's the second best or not. But yeah, I don't think it will be as fun as Law.
彼女にしかできない彼女だけがすることだから皆さんこんにちはヘリア役の
They did the same with GGZ. Yeah, I know that they made part 2 of GGZ the starting point at some point.
2人のヘリアがコラリーを失った悲しみと向き合いながらそれぞれの道を選びましたね
Okay, I hope you don't mind that I will skip this part since we have no subtitles, so I would love to know what the voice actor is saying, but unfortunately I don't know Japanese. Also guys, if you want to use the code for the crystals, it's up here, hard worker. Don't forget to use it
飛んでる鳥たちやまだ咲いてない花たちみたいに
I copy pasted it in chat. Don't forget to use it as fast as you can so it won't expire. I think it expires in 24 hours.
そして伝承による普及の愛を残してくれるの
So be mindful of
皆
that.
さんこんにちはセナディア役の
Do they work?
鈴木みのりですお久しぶりでございます
No.
こ
I
れま
don't
で
see
の
any
セナはですね
subtitles.
いつもめちゃくちゃ元気な姿を見せてきましたけれども、レイラの思い出の中の彼女はより穏やか
Unfortunately, they don't.
い雰囲気のかったかっこよくということで記憶に近めてみ
Only try her best. Always giving her all is already a feat. It's impossible not to cheer for her once you've seen her get
Who is Senna, a new character? I have no idea.
Walking down her path.
Hard work always pays off in the end. Speaking of Helia's growth, let's take a look at her new stigmata. This stigma set reflects the biggest element in her life, choice. From choosing a path in a childhood board game to having a very
It's a really nice stigma set. I really like when they use the
However, it's also
3
clear
different
that she
moments
made her own choices.
from the life of a
These
character.
choices differ greatly from those made by the Revenge Spirit, leading her toward a brighter future, which is a complete
Especially the
contrast
bottom
from
piece.
The Revenge Spirit.
Looks really good.
Dark Lord Coralie has always watched over Helia. At
They
times
work
like
for
this,
me?
Coralie
Then
would
I have no
definitely
clue.
say,
Maybe
"Idiot Helia,
you have
you
subtitles
really are amazing."
in other language because
It
they don't
reminds me
work
of
for
Coralie hugging
English, but
Helia in
apparently they
version
work
8.2 story.
for any
That
other
scene
language.
was quite something. In the game, an astral ring enveloped them, making the scene extra dreamy.
Actually, I think Coralie and Helia are people who rarely show their vulnerable side. But at that moment, it felt like they were leaning on each other for support.
Yeah.
Absolutely
It
go
was
to
when Helia
chapter.
truly accepted herself that she realized
Chapter
Coralie
chapter
had
8
been
was amazing,
encouraging her
man.
all along. this feeling was more intense when they said the same thing while leaning back to back.
When I heard those lines, I thought Coralie wasn't like her usual sharp-tongued self. Surprisingly, she's someone who can express her love boldly.
10 out of 10,
And she also used
10
the
out of
metaphor
10
of stars
chapter.
to encourage Helia.
I mean,
Which is very
for me it
romantic
was
for
a
a
9
science
out
person.
of 10,
Yes,
honestly.
and speaking of stars,
My only
I think
disappointment
Helia
with
is
the
also
chapter
a star
was
that blazes brightly.
the
In
Litos
her
fight.
pursuit of others, she
If they would
often
have nailed
neglected
that fight,
herself
yeah,
and
I would
failed
have
to
said
recognize
that
her
it's a 10 out of
self-worth.
10, but
In such moments, it was Coralie who noticed her,
not gonna lie,
helping
that
her
fight
dispel
was
the
pretty lame.
shadows plaguing her.
I believe the revenge spirit and her Coralie also share a similar bond. However,
But without
hatred and
spoiling
obsession
anything,
caused them
I
to
can
lose
say
and miss
that
out on
chapter
many precious
9
parts of their bond.
is gonna have one
That
of
was
the
why
best
Helia
boss
finally
fights in the
delivered that
game,
punch
maybe
of
on
friendship
par
to
with
the revenge
Perception.
spirit,
I'm not sure
in
yet.
hopes that the revenge spirit could
So yeah,
comprehend Coralie's feelings.
You can look forward
no
to that.
friendships involved there, just a blow to the face. That being said, even though version 8.2 story was very touching, shouldn't we be talking about what's new in
Litos
version
budget went to the
8.3?
chapter 9 boss.
Of
Yeah, I
course.
agree.
And we've just watched
I
the version trailer.
Agree.
In version 8.3's main story, if Destiny concludes today, Coralie will venture into an unfamiliar setting, the Dragon Ruins, for an adventure.
Huh?
The Dragon
Adventure.
Ruins, so
I can't really
that's
process
how they are
any new
called.
information now. My head's filled with a long-awaited embrace between Helia and Coralie.
long-awaited
This CG really
embrace.
reflects how much they've gone through before finally reuniting. It's so touching and bittersweet.
This emotional reunion.
Can we talk
between
about
Helia and Coralie
Dark
is
Lord Coralie
unexpectedly
here?
sweet.
Let's keep
Are you
this
sure this is Honkai
spoiler
Impact
free for
You know
people
what?
who
It's starting to look like their final farewell.
who do not follow the
Don't
sea and
scare the
stuff.
viewers.
So
Now's not the
let's
time to
not
bring up
talk
such
about it.
depressing thoughts. And don't casually say something so frightful in front of such a lovely scene.
If you're curious, make sure to catch the main story after the update. Now let's direct our attention to the new map, the Dragon Ruins.
Check out the footage. This is actually part of the Dragon's collection room. Traces of history can be seen in the shattered rocks and
I didn't expect
mysterious
for them to show us
The most
footage
eye-catching feature in
from the
these
new
ruins
map.
has to be this towering stone pillar.
The map
A
looks
massive dragon
really
coils up the
good.
stone
I think
pillar to
it's one
form a
of the
seamless
best looking
hole.
maps in
What
the
a
game.
spectacular sight.
Besides the stone pillar, the sky above the ruins has cracked spatially like glass. Through these cracks, we can glimpse sights completely different from the ruins.
Yeah, these
But
tracks
you'll
are pretty
have to
cool.
explore for yourself to find out what they actually are.
We have another mysterious and solemn scene. I'm really looking forward to Coralie's encounters. However, Coralie isn't the only one on an adventure. A crisis is also silently descending upon
Hi Homo, I
Rail.
remember you said that
After the
Sparkle
33rd
really went to
Tenchi's
Mars.
war,
Is that
the
true? Because
protagonists are not
I
greeted by
often heard
light.
that she just appeared in
Instead,
Mars Quantum Computer
an
and got
ominous
there with
eclipse.
Vita's help. I'm
You're
confused.
right.
I mean,
Reimu is facing a
she
tremendous
appeared
crisis.
inside the Mars Quantum
shadow
Computer, that's
calamity
true.
rages on.
And
An
as
apocalyptic
far as we
retribution
know,
is about to
she's
descend
still there.
on everyone.
So
An
yeah,
epic
Sparkle
battle seems inevitable.
did manage to
Wait,
get to Mars,
doesn't
and by
Reimu
Mars I
have a
mean
god?
inside the computer, because
Doesn't
the
god
real
care
Mars
about this
is
disastrous situation?
destroyed.
But if we're talking about Layla, Luo Xing's god, the revenge spirit should have been allowed to compete in the Tenshu's war in the first place. Perhaps Layla could have found a knight who truly understood her.
Such a spectacle might just be the work of the gods. After all, ordinary people can't conjure an eclipse so easily. Hey, hang on.
Hold your horses. You've got quite an imagination there.
I mean, they're dropping
that's all the
a lot of
information we can
hints
share for
about
now.
what's gonna happen
You'll have
next
to find out
chapter.
about the main story after the update.
So I think it's
You're
pretty
keeping
obvious
everyone on the
who
edge
are
of
you
their
gonna
seats.
fight.
They'll be burning with curiosity. Captains, don't forget to set your alarms and catch the main story update. That's all for the story. Now, shall we talk about the minigame?
This time,
Sparkle
we'll
is
still be
just a
playing the
mystery
spaceship
for
game
now.
on Coralie's game
Yeah, and
console.
I really hope that
But
they will
there
do
will
something
be
with
updates
that
to it.
plotline. It
Compared
would
to
suck
version
so much
8.2,
if
the main
she
story
will
events
not
in
be
version
mentioned
8.3
from
has a
this
new
point
high
on.
difficulty area where you can challenge more
And
powerful
they used
enemies.
her just for
There will
the
also be more
collab to
options
bait
for
people.
Card combinations. For example, you can stack shields through various defense cards to strike back at enemies. You can also wear down the opponent by continuously drawing cards and recovering energy. Then you finish the round with a blast.
Yeah,
There will
I played
certainly be more gameplay styles for you to explore.
this new event in the
version
beta, and they
8.3,
improved a lot
play the
upon
event to claim crystals,
upon the current
source
version
prisms,
that
a
we had to
stigma
dispatch.
option, and more.
And that's all we have for the characters and main story in version 8.3. But we can't leave out the featured event.
It takes place during Saint Freya's fiesta and is a tale full of love and warmth. To make her schoolmates' wish come true and surprise Cecilia, who's visiting the fiesta, Kiana embarks on a mysterious quest. And this quest is tied to an urban legend.
Wow, what a rare appearance. After all, the events of the main story can't be altered. So it's hard for Kiana and Cecilia to meet again. I'm glad we have the event timeline where we can see the two reunite.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know a
look
little
forward
bit
to this
about
journey
this
of
event.
discovery.
I honestly
Our geeky will
didn't
learn
keep
a
up
lot
with
along the way.
what's happening
As for
exactly
what
in the
you will learn
story,
and what the big surprise is,
but
you
apparently
gotta play
it
the
is
game to
set
find out.
in an alternate
Well, let's take a look at how to
World,
play this event.
alternate
Some
universe,
mysterious
whatever you
secrets
want
will
to call
appear
it.
and block Kiana's path.
And apparently
You will have
Cecilia
to
is part
dispatch
of it.
different Fiesta emissaries to ward them off.
And I also
Yes,
understood
Kiana's
that
friends from Saint Freya and other places will help her out. Each
it will,
emissary has unique
8.4 will
abilities.
have a continuation
example,
because
Teresa can
the
restore
event
HP
ended
to all
up
emissaries
on
on
a
the map.
cliffhanger.
Huh.
So I'm really
Is
curious to
Teresa
see
finally
what
working
the
as an
story is all
idol
about.
priestess who heals and buffs everyone?
But I will be
You can
honest,
also use energy
after
crystals to
playing in the
purchase
beta,
same-name emissaries that are randomly
I
refreshed
felt
at the
like
supply
some
station
of
to
these
boost-
For
levels
example,
are a bit too long. I mean, if you like Plants vs. Zombie, you will probably enjoy this event, but I'm not the biggest fan of this gameplay.
That looks impressive.
And
Kiki
for me,
is
it was a
as
little
strong
bit
a
too
fighter as
much.
always.
I
Not
felt
only can
that
we purchase
some
Fiesta
levels were
emissaries,
way
we can
too
also
long.
acquire one-time prep equipment. These items have surprising effects, like making things.
But hey,
go
if you like
boom.
this kind of event,
Yeah,
you will probably
well,
enjoy it.
Let's
And I'm
blow
not
them up
saying
in
that the
surprise.
event is
Additionally,
bad.
you can leverage
I'm
the
just
terrain
saying
to
that
gain the upper hand.
this kind
For
of gameplay
example,
is not really my cup of tea.
surrounding rocks
I
can be used to
didn't really
trigger
like
rock
it when
falls
they
and
did
crush
it
safety,
a few years
while
ago with the flame
road-changing arrows
chasers,
will
and I
spin their
didn't
heads
really like
right
it
round.
when I played it in the beta.
The
But
fiesta
that's a me
is
problem.
joyous occasion, so we must have rewards. As thanks, you can claim an emblem, crystals, source prisms, and Grisio's new outfit.
Wow, it's rare to see Grisio dressed like this.
Yeah, and this is another
This
free
bathing
outfit.
suit looks rather high-tech.
It's
Perfect for
pretty
someone rational and
meh
not
for me.
romantic like Grisio.
Yeah, I'm
Imagine
not
her
the biggest
swimming in
fan.
the deep sea, glowing with a soft blue
I like her
light.
goggles and
What a
the
dreamy
tubes.
and enigmatic sight that would be.
Yeah.
Other than that,
The
it's
ends of her hair are
I
also
much
tinted with the
prefer
color
her
of bubbles.
Yakuza
The
bus
colors are so
outfit
beautiful and
that
as captivating as
she got
stars.
a while ago.
Looks like Grisio's life has become more fulfilling after she woke up. That's all the information we have for the featured event. Next, let's take a
So
look at
an
the top-up
assumption that
bonuses
it's
in
a new
this version.
Captain verse. I mean, it might be. Who knows?
In version 8.3, participate in the Starry Wishes limited time top-up bonuses event.
And this
to
is the
obtain a
regular
weapon direct level
top-up
coupon,
event.
rank up stamps, source prisms, supply cards, ho-ho vacation tickets, and more.
Since summer is just around the corner, the Sweet Summer Dreams outfit shop will open its doors in version 8.3.
Who do you
Familiar
want to
summer
get a
outfits
summer
like
outfit,
Lulling
Homo?
Waves and Summer Mist
Uh,
will
I
return
mean,
for a limited
I'm not
time.
that
Pruning tides,
much into summer
seasonal
outfits,
vibes,
so I
and
don't
other
really care
outfits
who
will
gets
also
it.
be available during a limited
Honestly,
time sale.
I've never been a fan
Discount
of
outfit options are
summer
also
outfits.
available for purchase.
I don't know why. I much prefer
Better yet,
the cool type of
iChan
outfits,
has
you
gifts
know.
outside the game. iChan's limited time top-up discounts web event will
But
be
yeah, I
available
saw that
during
they
version
will
8.3.
rerun a lot of
Don't forget
summer
to log in
outfits
and
this
claim your
batch, so
limited
if you
time
want them,
top-up
you can
center
get them.
coupon. Use the coupon in Honkai Impact 3rd's top-up center to enjoy discounts on selected items.
We have another piece of news to announce. The annual Hoyo Fest celebration will return this July.
Captains, let's embark on a journey to 6 countries together.
It's a really
Exciting
nice art.
online and local events await.
Yeah,
Keep
this
an
is
eye on
for
Honkai Impact 3's
SCA,
social media channels for more
uh,
details.
I
I'm so
assume.
excited for all the events in version 8.3, especially the outfit reruns. There's no better time for summer outfits than summer itself. Too bad the Revenge Spirit won't get to enjoy this. Even her battlesuit has been given to Helia.
But I do think that
Poor
we will get
Revenge
more
Spirit.
summer outfits in
But in the
8.4.
end, she
Because
fulfilled her lifelong wish to
theoretically
reunite
that's
with
the
Coralie and
summer
Beth.
patch.
I suppose she got what she wanted.
Even if
I
Global will
still
get
feel
it
sorry
at
for
the
her.
end of the summer.
She was traumatized. But because everything she underwent put a burden on her shoulders, she had to suppress her emotions.
Hoyo
The
Fest,
revenge
we're
spirit
still not
was
getting
very
it in Europe,
imposing for
yeah.
Helia, but Helia could
It's a
probably
shame.
sense the suffering of that Helia from another world.
Yeah. And the revenge spirit had endured way too much by then.
Yeah, I heard a
I
lot
doubt
of
she had
people
any tears
saying that
left in her.
it,
only
it
when she
wasn't
saw Coralie at
the
very
best
end
event
that she
last
regained the
year.
humanity to express feelings by shedding tears.
So, when Coralie told the revenge spirit that she was already a hero, it made me realize how kind Coralie actually is.
At that moment, she saw what the revenge spirit needed. She probably said that to the revenge spirit because she knew the revenge spirit wanted to be comforted. And it was this kindness that made the revenge spirit embrace her fate.
No matter which world Helia and Coralie are in, their bond will always be touching. But I'm so glad Coralie is safe and sound. I can't wait to witness her reunion with Helia.
I believe everyone feels the same way. Don't forget to check out the game after the version 8.3 update. And that's all for this episode of Hyperion Lounge. It's time to say goodbye again. Bye!
Bye,
Bye.
Captains. See you again in the next episode.
Nice. Yeah, cool patch. What can I say? There isn't any new information besides. I think the only new information was about HoYoFest, which is for the SEA players. It doesn't really affect me since I'm in Europe. But yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm very interested in the new event story. I'm not the biggest fan of the gameplay, but it is what it is. I'll power through it. Chapter 9 again. I watched the CN playthrough. I know what's going to happen. It's gonna be a very, very good chapter. That's all I will say. So look forward to it. Other than that, this patch will be 8 weeks, so it will be 1 week shorter than the usual 9-week patches. Not much happening, honestly. Like every new Honkai Impact 3rd patch, the first 3 or 4 weeks will have plenty of content, and then the last 4 weeks will be pretty dry. But yeah, it doesn't bother me that much because I'll have more time to focus on content and other games. But I would love to see a little bit more content from them. Even maybe some reruns wouldn't hurt. But yes, around 30 to 40 minutes before the HSR livestream, what should we do? That long? I thought that it should start in 5 minutes. Does chapter 9 explain the Coralie stabbing? Do you mean the Holy Toast thing? It will go into detail about what happened with Coralie, so if that's what you want to know, yeah. You'll have your answers. Do you own any merchandise, Homo? I do own some art books that I won prior when they did the art book event on Global. And I have an older one from JP that I managed to get from Amazon. But other than that, I don't really have a lot of merch. It's just a lot of hassle to get Honkai Impact 3rd merch to where I live. And it's pretty damn expensive. So yeah, I'm not really a merch kind of guy. But yeah, here's what we are gonna do. I will take a short break to go to the bathroom and do some stretching so that I can be sure to resist through the HSR live stream, and I will be back in 2 or 3 minutes before it will begin. But yeah, let me see if I have some music. yeah, I'll leave you guys with some music and with the screen. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Should we keep the music until the stream starts? Yeah, I think we should. Hey Homo, do you think that the story of Honkai Impact 3 is gonna end? No, not anytime soon. If GGZ is still ongoing, I don't think that there's any danger for Honkai Impact 3 to end anytime soon. And honestly, with the story of part 2, to me it's clear that the Honkai team wants to tell a really good story. And don't forget that we still have a PHO. Let me... stop the music. Yeah, there's a lot to still tell, because we're not even close to the end of part 2. And don't forget that we still have APHO, and they said that part 2 will somehow lead into APHO, so there's a lot to still tell. So no, I don't think it will end anytime soon. Imagine they re-release Honkai Impact there during the next APHO. I mean, I don't know, they might. Honestly, they should have re-released Honkai Impact there with part 2. It's my opinion. I mean, I have nothing against them reworking the game, but as much as I love Honkai Impact Third and as much as I love Part 2, and I think that they did a lot of improvements to the game, and I think that the game right now is in a much better state as a game than it was during Part 1, and I love the new story, and it's clear to me that they put a lot of passion into this new story, and they really want to tell a new story, and a very good story at that. But regarding other aspects, it really feels to me like they kinda half-assed Part 2. And because they promoted this as a new kind of a relaunch, right? Like, look, we have new UI, Part 2 will be new player friendly, Astral Rings, new type of gameplay, right? And when they released it, it kind of felt half-ass. The UI was left half-baked. It's an amalgamation of both old and new, and while I like the Astral Ring gameplay, I would have loved to have some new game modes as well. It's still the same game modes that we had in Part 1, Abyss, Memorial Arena, and Elysian Realm. And the story is not really new player friendly. I mean, sure, you can, as a new player, start directly in Part 2, and for the first 3 chapters you will probably be fine. You will be confused about one thing or two, but I think it's manageable. But after that, it really ties a lot into the story of Part 1, and I don't think that you should play Part 2 before having that information. I mean, you can. I'm not here to police people. Everybody is free to do whatever they want, but you will miss out on a lot of things. So a part of me wonders, why did they bother to make a Part 2 if they are gonna half-ass it anyway? At that point, they should have made it a new game entirely, honestly, and focus more on making things from scratch. I don't know. Homo, have you saw the leak of the new Honkai games? No, and please don't mention them if there are any leaks. I know nothing about Honkai Nexus Anima besides the stuff that were officially announced, so I have no idea. Do you think APHO 3 will be its own game, Homo? APHO 1 and 2 were so different from the base game, own skill trees, mechanics, unique characters, map, music, monsters. I have no idea. Honestly, here is what I think. I think the story of APHO 3 will not be a new game, and it will not be an open world zone separated from the game how APHO 1 and 2 are. I think it will be literally the main story. I think that after Part 2, the events will somehow tie in where we left in APHO 2, and APHO 3 will literally be the new main story. Okay, here we go. It's starting. This program is sponsored by Lady Aglaya. Here we go, the trailer. Let's go! Ligus, you sassy motherfucker.
エルシオンの景色が
Wait, is this Idis Elysiae? Cannot wait to pull for him, man. What? What the? What? Holy Grail? What was that form? Wait. Saber. Okay, we'll have to talk a little bit after. Archer. Is this a remix of the UBV opening? Lancer! Dude, this patch is crazy. Oh my god, this is going to be one of the best HSR patches. Also, don't forget to get your codes. Okay, so can we talk about this new form? What the freak, Hoyo? Okay, I think it's safe to assume by looking at this that Phainon is indeed the Lord Ravager, right? Because to me I don't know, for me this screams Lord Ravager. And I'm afraid to see what's going to happen next patch. I mean, it looks very similar to the Diabolical Kevin form in Honkai Impact 3rd, but more like Light Team, like Sun Team. Meanwhile, Diabolical Kevin was more like Dark Team, like they even have the wings. I mean, this form screams destruction, screams Nanook. So I'm assuming that Phainon is indeed the Lord Ravager, and he is trapped in Amphorius for some reason.
Owlbert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle. Good morning, good afternoon.
Ashikai's theory said that Amphorius is reliving Nanook's past. I haven't seen Ashikai's videos yet on the latest HSR patches, but I will check them out, especially before the patch releases, because I want to know every bit of information.
Hi everyone, I'm Phainon. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello, everyone. I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Oh, of course we missed you. Well, dear guests, welcome to the show. I have been looking forward to this special program more than anything else. The way the story and the
also, the Fate Collab, dude. It looks so good. And I also saw Lancer.
Sky. Fall of dawn.
And the characters from Penacony, so I'm assuming there will be held.
But now it has also sunk into Evernight.
And it looked like a proper event with a lot of story, not like the events we got in the latest patches. So yeah, I'm very excited.
We already found out the truth. So what do a few sacrifices matter? Every Chrysos heir was prepared for this. You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
But in the trailer just now, it seems like Phainon is gonna go through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphorius is about to reveal itself. I assume everyone can already tell that all that's happened in Amphorius is not as
this form looks so sick.
Indeed. For example, when we went to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akama and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures. It was like the whole world was peeling off.
I wonder why. Maybe
Why don't we take a
because
look back at our
it's
whole
not
journey
real?
so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First, at the end of the 3.3 story, the geniuses reveal that the source of Amphoris' tragedy...
Lancer wasn't announced before, right? As far as I know, no.
It has something to do
Only
with that
Archer and Saber.
erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it?
But I don't know if
Even
Lancer
though I
will be
don't quite
playable or
understand these
he will be just an
principles,
NPC.
This breeding ground, which switched from following the
Yeah,
path
I
of
also think that
erudition
Lancer
to the
will
path
only
of
be
destruction,
an NPC.
must be hiding secrets beyond.
But I wonder if we'll see other Fate characters. I don't know, Helia
In
or
addition, that
Kirei,
Timon
Gilgamesh.
is also pretty
I would love to have
He and
Gilgamesh.
Phainon had a pretty significant conversation
Even as
in
an
the
NPC.
vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well, the mask is coming off now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title,
Yes.
Theoros, does mean spectator. If we combine this information with what we know
Yeah,
about
he's
the
basically a
relationship between the
warden, right?
sector and paths,
His job is
maybe
to
Amphorius is being used as a chessboard by people from beyond this world.
watch over Amphorius and the Lord Ravager, I assume.
Exactly right. If the situation in the cosmos is like a game of chess, then Amphoris is a trap to set up the checkmate. But who knows? Maybe the chess pieces themselves can overturn the board. The hero's era nova could affect the worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Era Nova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorius. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Era Nova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on a demigod's divine authority. If something were to happen in the Era Nova...
No, we can't let them stay. They have
Imagine
to
the
listen
Emperor
to
Scepter
Phainon
was
and go
actually
home.
placed by him.
Well said. The Trailblazers won't betray the sincerity you've shown them.
I mean,
However, their fate
we'll have to
will
see.
still be tied to that of Amphorius. They'll be returning to
Because
the
we still have no
battlefield
idea
with a
how
very
he's
important
tied
mission.
to Amphorius exactly.
On the other hand,
Can only
I
speculate.
suspect many of our audience members, like me, have some questions about Phainon.
Lancer model but not
Phainon
Lancer
we saw
unit,
in the
seems
vortex
like
of
too much
Genesis
effort just
at
for
the
him
end
not
of the
to be
3.3
added.
story?
Maybe
Why was his name
they
hidden?
will do another collab with
Maybe
Fate in the
that
future.
Phainon isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh,
But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4.
Dude, I want to know how do we get to this Phainon? How do we get to this form?
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll receive a big update in this version. In these records that we've kept, you will be able to catch a glimpse of Amphoris' true nature.
before, as
What's
I've
this?
written, was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends'
Alright.
stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
It looks like it's turned into some kind of database.
You can use this system
Dude,
to unlock
they're
even
leaning more and more in the
Amphoris'
in the
secrets.
simulation aspect because
True.
in the beginning it was a
Major
book. Right
updates
now
to
it's a
As I've
system.
written.
It's
The
like a
long-awaited
computer.
skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live.
Yeah,
in
the skip
version
dialogue.
3.4.
Again,
Story dialogue can now
I
be
think-
skipped by section with plot summaries and the main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way.
and
Now you
I
can
love
choose
that
the pace of
they add
storytelling based on
they
your own
also add the
preferences.
summary. Again,
In
this is a
version
good change
3.6,
for
there'll also be
the
a
people who want
story
to-
recap function.
skip the story.
Stay tuned. But
And
of course,
kudos to the
as we
HSR
move to
devs that
version
they finally
3.4,
added it.
We shall take the final step of the
I'm
prophecy
curious
together.
about the recap story.
Witness the
Does this mean
truth
that you
and
can
the fate of this
replay
world.
the entire
And the myriad
main story
celestials
quest?
that Mr. Shao Ji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview. is
Because
finally going live
if
soon.
that's the case, I want one for Honkai
You mean
Impact
what's
Earth as
happening
well.
Beyond the sky. Is it also related to Amphorius and Era Nova?
Okay,
Well,
Fables
keep it a
about the
secret
start
for now.
part 2.
Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that Phainon will also get an animated short.
This short will come with its own original theme song. So don't miss it.
Awesome. Nice.
And also theme song.
I can't wait to dive
Cool.
into the new story already.
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Phainon and take a look at his story together.
Look, I'm happy. And I'm really excited for the animated short, don't get me wrong, and the new song, I want to see them, and I'm happy for Phainon and HSR, and I'm really excited, but man, it hurts a little bit, knowing that Honkai Impact doesn't get them anymore. Just a bit. Holy... Okay, this is an instant pull for me. Dude, he looks so cool. This is animation power creep at its finest. It's not just gameplay power creep, no. It's also animation power creep. Look at that! My god.
What in the world happened to Phainon to make him change this much?
This is nothing like the warm, sunny person we
Kevin's
all know.
theme back? Was that Kevin's
Now
theme?
he seems
I wasn't paying
strange
attention to the music. I was enamored by the animations.
Could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Phainon was one of the first Chrysos heirs to genuinely welcome them. And when danger came knocking, he always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Phainon carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the prophecy, and Aglaya's hand-picked successor of the Flame Chase journey. Aglaya even used her own death.
It's so fun
to
how
set
the
him up
Fate
for
Collab
success
have much worse
by
animation
making
than
the Council
Phainon.
of Elders
I mean,
the focus of
Phainon is
criticism,
basically the main
and allowing
character of
Phainon
Amphorius,
to
so...
step up and rally the
And
people.
also he's a Kevin character variant, so of course they would go all out on his animations. But I don't think I only saw Saber's animations that
It's as
they
if
revealed,
everyone
and
just
it
assumes that he'll
looked
be a
really good.
savior.
I mean, what would you expect from Saber? She just does Excalibur, and that's it. I mean, the animations are fine.
Before the Flame Chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown, Ides Elysiae.
Okay, so I was
It
right.
a
This is Ides
small,
Elysiae.
remote village. Nothing flashy,
So I'm guessing we will see
far away from the
Phainon's flashback when the Flame River killed Cyrene and everyone else
It was.
in his town.
And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well.
Why does
There were
this
also
remind me
beautiful
of Liyue and
rivers,
Genshin?
mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little, I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies. When I wasn't exploring, I'd go play with my friends by the sea. We pretended
Yeah,
to be heroes
it really
from the
gives,
old stories
especially
and
this part, it
practiced
really
our,
gives me Liyue vibes.
swordsmanship.
But
When we got
looks
tired,
good.
we went to lie down in the wheat fields until we got called home for dinner.
No strife, no invaders, or any of that deliverance crisis stuff?
I think it's because they are using the same trees. I mean, maybe
The wheat fields
they
gorgeous
look pretty
too.
similar.
Lying there, surrounded by golden
Reminds me
waves
of Layla's tower
with the
as
breeze
well.
carrying
I mean,
that
I
sweet
could see that.
malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
And guess what? You won't have to imagine for long. In version 3.4, we get to explore Ides Elysiae alongside the Trailblazer.
Yay.
Learn about Phainon's past, how he became a warrior, joined the Flame Chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes. You've really come a long way.
These days, Phainon just gives off this heaviness.
I'm also salty
Like he'd
about
still press on
the
no
fact that
matter
there are no
how
longer
exhausted,
animated shorts for
just to
Honkai Impact.
live up to
I mean,
everyone's
it is what it is. It makes sense for them to invest in the projects that bring them a lot more money. All we can do is keep asking Hoyoverse. Every time we get a survey, keep asking, and
face is still the same.
all we can do is hope.
His whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp and commanding, completely different from before. Now we're just one step away from the era Nova that the prophecy foretold. the deepest truths of Amphoris are about to come to light.
Honkai Impact still has a good story even without short animations. Yes, I absolutely agree.
Never easy.
Both HSR and Honkai Impact are killing it with the story right now.
No
And
fire can burn you out. If anything,
I always
every
said that
trial is just a forge for an even
the
brighter
animation
soul.
shorts are the cherry on top of the cake. The story is very good even without them. They just add that extra oomph, if you know what I mean.
Forms in battle.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar
Yeah, but
form everyone
in my
knows.
opinion, both
When
Part
using my
2 and
skill, I'll
Amphoris,
deal damage to one designated
in terms
enemy
of
and adjacent targets.
in terms of the
The use
story,
of my
both of them are
skill
killing
also
it.
grants me
Extremely
core
good.
points. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Phainon can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability. If he is the target of a
Interesting.
teammate's ability, Phainon will deal even more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Phainon
So he
powers up
transforms after the
maximum.
ult.
Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take
And it's
action,
interesting, if you
but
saw
he faces the
Phainon
enemy
teammates,
head-on with
it was
new
Bronya
strength.
and Sunday,
All alone? That
which is a
sounds way
little
too
bit
risky.
weird because these are a little bit older
All the
sports.
talents and buffs from Phainon's teammates still stay active to provide him with much-needed support.
Exactly. After using the core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of three
Yeah,
kinds
Bronya
of titans:
comeback.
Creation, Calamity, and Foundation. Each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Tapping into the power of the Creation Titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy.
How they
and
removed the
adjacent
open-ended
targets. Calling
form
upon
at the end
power
of the
Calamity
survey.
Titans,
Yeah,
I'll
that's what
enter a
I
special
thought, but
state
someone
called
told me
Soul
that
Scorch. In this state,
we
I'll
got,
force all
before
enemies to
that, there was
immediately
another
take action,
survey that
during which I
had
receive reduced damage, and each
in
hit
the
I
same
take
patch
builds
that
up the
had
Soul
the
Scorch
open-ended
stack.
part,
Once
so
all
I'm
enemies have
assuming
taken
they
action,
wanted
I
to do
retaliate,
them separately.
dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple
Dude, look at
instances of
the-
damage
look at these
on one
animations.
random enemy.
Heads up. The more soul scorch stacks
Sunday's not that old. Yeah, I know, that's what I said, relatively old.
Using these two
And
abilities
not
also grants me an
Amphoris
exclusive
supports,
charge called Scourge, which fuels
like
my
Hyacinth
third.
and Tribi
With
and...
the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with
This
extra
reminds me
damage.
of Madara Uchiha in
Phainon will
Naruto
unleash one
Shippuden.
final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Phainon's technique is pretty unique too. Upon
Beginning
casting
of the end.
Phainon instantly strikes all enemies in a certain radius. If they're normal enemies, they're immediately wiped out without even.
Okay,
triggering
so
a
they
battle.
power crept Acheron.
All enemies? That's
Dude,
nuts.
this is Acheron on
Of course, power
steroids.
comes with a cost. This technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the technique
It-
misses,
it really
won't
doesn't
cost
matter.
Any points. Plus, when Phainon's in the team,
It
the
really
technique
doesn't
point cap
matter.
Goes up by 3.
When I use my technique to enter combat,
I have
I'll also
food.
regenerate energy for my teammates. In addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies.
Does this
and gain
Kevin variant have anything to do with the Sea of Data?
All right.
I don't really understand what you mean, Kifune.
It's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar
Sunday's
faces.
still good, and he even needs more and more, and he's even more and more needed.
Silver Wolf,
Yeah, I have
Blade,
Sunday, and I'm glad I
Hawkeye,
pulled for him.
You are all getting some
Oh yeah, they said that
serious
character buffs.
Go!
And I have Silver Wolf and Jing Liu, so I'm pretty excited about this.
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead
Guys,
of just one.
will she be better than
So
Jiao
it's
Cho?
AoE now, not single target.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of
Nice,
that,
nice,
Silver Wolf will
awesome.
generate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we
So I can
actually
use my
want.
Acheron again.
Next up, Kafka. After the buffs.
Yeah, I don't have
Kafka's skill will
Cypher,
trigger more DOT on enemies.
but I'm
Whenever a
assuming
teammate
that
hits an enemy target with
I will
any
be
kind
able
of
to use
attack,
Pella or
Kafka
someone
will
else.
launch a follow-up
I don't have
attack.
Kafka, unfortunately.
After locking certain traces, the follow-up attack can
So I
also
don't really
trigger
care about
extra
her buffs.
DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack
But
can
yeah,
be triggered.
DOT back, guys? What do you think? And I saw that people theorize that High Ceilings will also be DOT, or she will buff DOT. So I'm curious.
He will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
So that Blade had 3B, Hyacinth, and remembers Trailblazer.
Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP.
What?
Each time a teammate loses HP, Jingliu stacks extra crit
What?
damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some
That's
solid
interesting.
upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their Eidolons be effective?
So I see a lot of new supports for Jingliu and Blade.
Making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their
And she's a
abilities?
HP scaler now. Well, there goes my relics. I guess I have to farm new ones for her.
For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official.
Isn't this Enchantment just a Divine Key upgrade? Not really, because in a way yes, but you have to pull for the Divine Keys in order to get the upgrades in Honkai Impact 3. Here, you just need to have the character. It's basically a direct buff.
Brand new outfit, spring missive.
Oh, Firefly outfit.
Look at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Schoolgirl Firefly. Does Sam look any different, honestly?
With her
I mean-
school uniform on, Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
It's alright.
Firefly-shaped brooch on her chest.
I hope it's free, because I'll be honest with you,
Maybe she even asked for fashion advice from her fellow
this doesn't
Sauron hunters.
warrant to be paid.
Well, Miss Kafka does have an eye for style. They must have talked a lot about it behind the scenes.
It's just
Even her
alright.
mech's had a makeover. You think she
Okay,
spruces
so
it up during
her mech is
downtime to
different.
match her outfit
I'll be
changes?
honest with you guys, I did not notice any difference.
I'd also
But I
probably
haven't
rated
played
my outfit.
Firefly that
New
much
colors,
to
the whole
to
look has
notice
to be consistent.
those differences, so
You'll be able to grab Firefly's new look from the contract shop using Oniric shards. And again, please stay tuned for further
So it's not
details
free.
and future
Then
official announcements.
I won't get it, because honestly,
Let's take a look at this
it's
version's
not worth
In version
my money.
3.4's first half warp event, Trailblazers can acquire the limited
No,
5-star
they
character
just
Phainon.
said that it's a paid
The limited 5-star
outfit.
light cone thus burns
Okay, the
will have a boosted drop rate.
light cone
A brand new 4-star light cone
looks really,
with a
really
map of
good.
Remembrance, the story's next page.
That's good. We need more
Added to the
remembrance
first half banner.
light cones.
At the same time, we'll
Tribi.
also kick off a special warp event. The limited 5-star characters.
3B Sunday and
Sunday
Sparkle.
and Sparkle
Okay, so
and
we'll have another chance to get 3B.
5-star light cones if time were a flower.
Because she released right when I got the surgery and was never able to get her.
In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events.
Firefly,
Limited 5-star
Jingliu and Blade.
characters, Firefly, Jingliu,
It's surprising
and
to me
Blade
that
will
they
be
still
back
have
on with
event
limited
warps
5-star
for
light
Blade,
cones.
since they
We're about to
basically
choose rest,
put him on the...
sword, and the
You can lose your
unreachable
50-50 to him right now, so...
Two of our newly
I-
booked old friends
I
are
don't...
making a comeback
I
in
guess
this version.
because of the buff, but I don't really recommend pulling for Blade.
Here's a little sneak peek.
You will eventually
5-star
lose your
characters,
50-50
Kafka and Silver Wolf.
and get him.
Back in version 3.5. And the limited 5-star light cones, patience is all you need, and incessant rain will rerun as well.
Nice.
Also, 8 new 4-star light cones will be added to the Nameless Honor rewards in version 3.4.
I guess these are the
I see
the
quite a
BP
few
light
familiar
cones, right?
faces on the light cones. There are a few mini versions of Chrysos heirs.
Which
Looks
is
like
good.
Phainon really does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
Man, don't tell me.
Nature's
Because,
mattress.
okay, so
Can't beat that level of
Phainon,
comfort.
3B, Saber, and
All right,
Archery is
let's take a
free.
quick break.
So there are 3 characters that I want from this patch. Get the code, guys. I think I'll have to break my F2P status in Star Rail. I mean, not really break, because I used to top up, but if you don't know, I went F2P in WoWa and Honkai Star Rail, and I only top up in Honkai Impact 3 these days. But honestly, in Honkai Impact 3, with the longer patches and the amount of crystals we get now, I don't really need to top up anymore. So maybe I'll do it for Star Rail, to make sure that I'll be able to get all the characters that I want. Wait, the Fate ones are free. Saber is... I assume she will have her own banner. Archer is free. So one of the characters is free. Yeah, this patch is stacked. I think this will be the best HSR patch in a long while.
Let's take a look at the events in this version. A piece of good news comes from Phanon.
Okay, no origami bird clash.
Origami bird clash is about to return in version
I mean, this is your typical HSR event.
Is that the cute match 3
that
game?
you just go through them
The
fast.
Masterpiece Corporation has officially sponsored Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote this arcade game full of Pentaconian flavor throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade.
I hope that the Fate banners will take longer than normal banners. I think they said that, or I'm not sure.
Right?
Of course. This time, the 2 players will take.
Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think they said that the Fate event will run longer. But don't take my word for this.
You can also get extra
Maybe I'm
moves
wrong
when
on
you
this
swap
one.
2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on
Yeah,
the field.
it would.
Now what are
I
we
think
supposed to do with those?
they kinda need
Not
to
worry.
have it at least 2
In this version
patches.
of the Origami Bird Clash, there will be lots of new items that can help you in
Awesome.
battle.
If
For
that's
example,
true, then
Showering
awesome.
Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make them more powerful.
As long as you pick the right item at the right time.
This is basically the same event that we had in Honkai Impact 3 with the Captain verse.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
That's right. Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends in this event. In addition to participating in story challenges, Trailblazers can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with
Okay,
version
multiplayer.
3.4.
That's cool.
Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game mode.
Okay, so I'm assuming they will have
Now
a
it's time for
co-op game
Solo
mode
Paper
every few patches from now on.
Let us continue with more version
which is
content.
nice.
Our old friend Gift of Odyssey returns
Of course.
as usual in version 3.4.
10 free polls.
The
More
Player
funds.
Wizard and Realm of the Strange events will also return. Complete the challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the Ascension material, Charred Bud of Twilight, for wind characters upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the planar ornaments,
planar ornaments?
Arcadia of Woven Dreams, and Revelry by the Sea will also come online. Trailblazers can obtain them in the Divergent universe.
Ugh, Why
Okay.
did my seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the annual Hoyo Fest Off-White exhibition will begin in
Hoyo
July.
Fest.
This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in
So you
4
got new
cities
arts
in
for Honkai
6
Impact 3 and
Southeast
for Honkai
Asian
Star Rail
countries.
at the same time.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official channels for details about the events and tickets.
In addition, Honkai Star Rail will be joining Anime Expo this July. Come visit the Star Rail booth and claim free limited gifts.
A special panel for Honkai Star Rail will also be held at Anime Expo, featuring several special
Call. Unfortunately,
Please keep an eye out for more info.
there's no way for me to get
See
to
you at
LA.
Anime Expo.
Well, thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see.
Wait, nothing about the Fate collab?
We're moving on to our next show in just a sec.
You seem mighty busy, Owlbert.
Well, I am a professional super.
Where's Anime Expo?
going on?
In LA, I think. Yeah, there's.
Hey, what's going on? It's not my time yet.
Okay, so here's the Fate stuff. So I'm assuming Aventurine, Both Hill, Robin, and other Penacony characters will be part of the story, right?
Welcome to the live
Because we saw them in the
stage
trailer.
of the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works Collab Special Program.
Long time no see, everyone. I'm Aventurine from the Interastral Peace
It's good to
Corporation.
have these characters back.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill.
Fudging Boot Hill.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Oh, son of a gun. Ah, that's funny.
Maybe you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
I wonder how will they explain the Fate lore to the people who never
Soon
played
after the ripples
or
of the
watch
Harmony
Fate.
Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning
And how
a
will they
brand new
explain
entertainment
this
spectacle
event in lore?
called Sweet Dreams
Because
and the
I know that
Holy
they
Grail.
use the Sea of Quanta to explain Asuka in the
Sweet dreams
Evangelion
and the
stuff.
Holy Grail War.
So wonder what
Sounds
they
like
will
the
do
Holy
with
Grail War is taking place in a
Fate.
Sweet dream.
That's
Okay,
right.
so
But I have
we're
no idea
really
for
just gonna have a Holy
that is Holy
Grail War, right?
Let me give a brief explanation of everything here.
They probably won't.
The Holy Grail is a wish-granting chalice that can manifest any miracle. And the Holy Grail War
We'll have
is
to
a
see.
magecraft ritual for obtaining that power. As long as you win in the brutal contest of the Holy Grail War, the Grail can fulfill your wishes.
That daggum wubba
Yeah, that's what they would like you to
festival's only
believe.
just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists if they don't have any events? Besides, didn't the last Charmony Festival have a little accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a new show that rivals the Charmony Festival, therefore returning Penacony to the cosmic limelight.
With dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot
I mean,
of
from
dream
what they are saying, this seems pretty canon to me,
I bet old Odie is thinking of the same thing.
which
This
is
Sweet
interesting.
Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their
I mean,
servants. And the
of
final
course,
winner will
because
receive
it's
the
Penacony, it
precious
will happen in a dream, but
to make
still,
their wish come true.
semi-canon.
Make any wish and any
The,
miracle come true.
Holy War
That's definitely
dream, I'm
nice.
still real.
But as we all know, people die if they're killed.
Oh my
Lords don't
god.
discriminate. So
The
someone gets
Fate
caught in the
reference.
crossfire.
People die when they are
Rest assured,
killed.
everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate and watch in peace.
All right, all right. Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start off, the owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony Superstar, the Soul Glad Festivity.
I often forget that we are literal shareholders for
Oh, so
the entire
Trailblazers
planet.
will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also be a part of this war.
Okay, we saw
As
her in the
another
trailer.
Penaconian shareholder,
Aventurine.
the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
The Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate in this Holy Grail War.
Actually, I was just wondering, why is a criminal wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants that we've been looking forward to in this Holy Grail War?
Of course! Apart from local Penaconian heroic spirits, 3 very well.
How will this align with the current story timeline? I mean, it will be just an event that probably happens timeline-wise after the story of Penacony. But I don't think they will give us an exact date, okay? Okay, so Lancer is also here. They didn't even bother to show his card. They just said his name.
Now we're gonna get tons of views.
Man, poor Lancer, he always gets done so dirty. Even in Fate, now in Honkai Star Rail as well.
Dreams in the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract with who? Trailblazers will have to find out in the game. Here's a reminder that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail.
Okay, so it's a continuous quest.
On July 11th. So keep an eye out for it.
July 11th? That's not when the patch drops.
About Saber and Archer, our 2 heroic spirits.
Okay, so we'll have the main story first, and after that the collab. It makes sense.
A little different from usual now that she's arrived.
I honestly like Saber's design.
Planet of festivities, after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Yeah, the art is cool.
Exactly right.
Not even a PNG, yeah.
It was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite
I usually play HSR in English, but I think I will play the collab in Japanese because I'm way too used to their JP voices. I really cannot hear Archer and Saber in English. Even now they are playing the Japanese dub. I mean, yeah, the animations are alright. Not Phainon level, but pretty alright.
Call me a biscuit. That Excalibur
They are properly unvoiced in Ian anyway?
Oh,
You think so?
Talk about fancy visuals.
Do they have an official English voice actor like they have in Japanese?
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
There was info that the collab won't have English VA? Interesting.
Let's see how the King of Knights
I mean, that works out for me, right?
Character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also
There are only 3 VAs there on the screen. Yeah, you're right. I'm stupid.
When she uses her basic
You're right. There wasn't an English VA. Good point.
As cautious as
Good
ever
point.
In this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of
Okay,
energy
so no
for
English
herself
VA for the
and
Fate
increase her
characters,
skill's
which is
damage.
fine.
Ah. In other words, you need to
So I wonder
accumulate as much
if you
core
have
resonance as possible to
the
increase
game set on
damage Saber
English.
deals.
Will they talk on Japanese or will they be mute?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Strike Air, Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of...
Well, I guess we'll have to see.
Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate...
And I really hope that now that the strike is over, we'll have some more VA coming back.
Saber will immediately take action.
So if you
Especially Dan Heng, because it was so hard going through the story with him like this.
That's right. Not only does this sword bear the King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. All right, that concludes Saber's introduction. Now we'll move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Okay, I don't think I have seen Archer's animations. Yeah, again, no English voice actor.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the classic red and black look. The sharp contrasts, reminiscent of a blazing fire in the deep night, imbued with a dangerous allure. The combination of the long trench coat with skin-tight combat gear emphasizes his
They don't share
figure
pity, they
and
said
the
it already.
fusion of attractiveness and strength.
Why am I not
Show us
surprised?
the game footage already.
And I'm assuming you can also lose the 50-50, right? Oh, he makes the bet! Okay, is it just me or his model looks a little bit weird? His face looks kind of... I am the bone of my sword! I'm so happy that this is his ultimate.
Oh, so that's unlimited blade works? Oh, quite
Just me?
impressive
Okay.
Indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran of war.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a
Not
lot
just
of
you.
memories.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay. Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt.
Guys, Sparkle!
When he uses his basic attack,
Sparkle,
Archer
she's
can
not
deal
dead.
damage to one designated enemy.
Can't believe it, Sparkle!
Archer in close combat.
I could finally use my Sparkle in HSR, not only in Honkai Impact 3rd.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since...
Oh, he
coming to
looks good,
Hyperion.
especially
When
for the
using
fact
his
that he's
skill,
also a
Archer
free
will consume
character.
2 skill points to enter
I'm not
certain
complaining
action
about
state,
the animations,
dealing
and
damage to one
I don't want to say
designated
that it's bad.
enemy. While in the circuit
It's kind of
connection
off a
state,
little bit,
Archer's
but
turn will not end after he uses
it's
his
alright.
skill. And he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
Heads up. The more times you use his skill,
Yeah, a little bit of
consecutively,
NPC
the more
phase,
damage
but-
Archer deals to enemies. After all, everyone knows that a dual-wielding fighter who can't.
I mean, the
use an
splash art
opponent
looks
is like
awesome,
an
and the 2D
archer.
art. It's just the 3D model.
Ultimate. Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade works.
But the animations themselves are really, really good.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any of his teammates' attacks, Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
And everybody uses Cypher. Maybe I should pull
There's
for
no
her.
need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite twin blades.
When he uses his technique to enter battle, Archer will deal damage to all enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab
Yeah.
event starts on July 11th and until the end of version
From version 3.4 until version 3.6. Okay, so it's basically 3 patches. 3.4, 3.5 and 3.6.
Oh,
Nice.
awesome!
I wonder if the entire event will last that.
Protection. Every adventure that the Trailblazers embark on will cleave open the dark clouds and become a saga sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more! Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character
Okay.
totally for free.
Another free 5-star. Cool.
Let's keep our eyes on the present for now. I'm not quite done yet.
Do you guys think it will be Cyrene?
Can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow, how thoughtful.
What do can we cope or hope?
All right, now let's check out the banner details.
3 patches, Shu, from 3.4 until the end of
Star Rail
3.6.
special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior, and the bone of my sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, a Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, the Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay, so they said it.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Okay, but how long?
Even after versions 3.4 or 3.6 wrap up, you can still pull Saber, Archer, and the limited 5-star Light Cones.
Exactly. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Okay, that's good.
And
No end yet.
one more piece of news for you all.
That's
For
good.
the entire duration of version 3.4, using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring some special limited time discounts. After the collab event starts, when Trailblazers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the limited 5-star Light Cone.
Okay, so this is a spending event for the Light Cone.
Throughout all of version 3.4? In other words, after the 3.4 update and before the collab event starts, any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Phainon or other rerun characters will still count toward
that's
the total,
good.
right?
Because if you pull for Phainon, you can still get his Light Cone.
Now, as the collab kicks off,
Yeah, that's nice.
for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all
Spending
of us.
event.
Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の
Take
皆
the
さん
code, guys.
こんばんは。セーバー役のカスメ役です。崩壊スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、
Yeah,
私も
spending
とても
event.
ワクワクしています。この2つの作品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。剣を手に運命と立ち向かうセーバーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み続ける開拓者の姿と似ているのではないかなと思いました。
This feels like a second anniversary, honestly. I mean, it feels more like an anniversary than the anniversary itself.
あまり多くは話せないのですが、セーバーがスターレールの世界でどのよ
So
うに
don't pull
進む
No,
理想を
you
貫いて
you
いく
can
の
pull
か
for Phainon. It will count towards the spending
この
event.
コラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら
So you
嬉しい
don't
で
have
す。
to worry. The spending event will be live after the 3.4 patch is live, so you can pull for Phainon as soon as the banner is
それでは
available.
最後に開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。
Yes, guys, so the spending event will count towards the limited Lightcon for Archer. And it's not limited only to the Fate Collab. You can pull off Phainon on or Tribi or on any other character that you want. You don't necessarily have to spend those passes on the Fate Collab banner.
スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で
I have 600 pulls for Saber. Holy, you really are prepared.
収録の際に
Do you want to E6 her?
見せていただいたんですが、アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Alright! Big thanks to our voice actors for those thoughtful messages. With the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Bladeworks collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our partners in this collaboration. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Natsu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation.
Yeah, I heard that Nasu worked at the story for the event, so I'm really excited for this.
Much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon under the cool breeze of Penacony. The Trailblazer met the red-haired Lancer destined to cross their path. He stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
So if you wrote the story, it's 15 hours long. I mean, we'll have to see.
Beauty of them all.
Okay, so this is the event itself.
That red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the genius Skullum made some modifications to the Holy Grail. Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past striders through the user's memories.
Each character gets a class. Argentis Lancer, Jingle Berserker. I mean, it makes sense.
V1 battles. Each contestant
Caster is Rider because she has a dragon and she rides.
means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff.
The gameplay looks interesting.
Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells,
Okay, nice to see that they added the command spells somehow.
What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money.
Of course, it's corrupted.
Corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level,
the
more points you earn.
Do we see Angry Mango in the event?
Powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much. After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night.
Okay, so they have a casual mode.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Bladeworks collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
So it's a story quest and an event.
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job. Anything for the Trailblazers. So Trailblazers, my honored masters, let's meet again in version 3.4. See you there.
We hope you'll stay the night.
Bye-bye.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, let's put some music. Give me a moment and we will talk for a bit. Do they need to clarify if the E and dub will be in JP or muted? Yeah, they haven't said that. So I guess we'll have to see. But I really hope if they don't have any voice actors for English, I really hope that they will speak Japanese when you use English voices. I will play the quest in Japanese either way, but usually I play it in English. So when I use the characters in the future and I have the game in English, I don't want them to mute during the gameplay. That's more the issue for me. Yeah, and don't forget the codes, both for Honkai Impact 3rd and Honkai Star Rail. But yeah, anyway, great stuff. I think that this will be one of the best patches in the history of HSR. Not only is the story popping off with Phainon, we finally get to see and learn about the hidden truths of Amphorius. By the look of his golden diabolical Kevin design, I think it's pretty clear to me that he's the Lord Ravager. And I don't know what will happen. Do we fight him? And there's also the Flame River, who also seems to be some sort of version of Phainon. I don't know, but I'm really excited. And also the Fate Collab, which has a story, a Trailblaze Continuance mission, which is basically a story quest, and also an event, and both of them seem pretty long. And we also have some minor events, which are whatever. So yeah, this patch seems really stacked, and I wonder if the lackluster patches that we had in terms of events this past few months was because they all focused on the Fate Collab, so they didn't have time and resources to put in the other patches. But who knows? Albert is probably gonna be the final boss of the event. Yeah, very excited to get to play it, both for Honkai Impact 8.3 and finally to have Helia, and both for Phainon and Saber. It's gonna be hard for me with Star Rail because I don't think I have enough pulls to secure everybody, especially if I also want 3B. But I'll have to see. But yeah, I'm very excited. I think I will stop here for today. I also have to attend to some stuff, and I want to work on a new video. By the way, I will have a new video up this weekend. If everything is alright, I should be done with it on Sunday, and it's an HSR video, so not a Honkai Impact video this time. Very excited to finally have it up. Also, next time that I will stream, it will be when this I think it will be Tuesday when 8.3 will launch, and we are gonna pull for Helia and play the new event. So that will be the next stream. I prayed for an HSR vid. Well, your prayers got answered, and I really hope to make more HSR videos. It's a little bit hard for me because I have to balance between HI3 and HSR. And I also want to start making some Wuthering Waves content, man. I need more time. But yeah, I'll try to do more HSR in the future. But yeah. Anyway, that's it for me now. Thank you everybody who tuned in. It was a really nice stream, and let me know if you enjoyed it. If you want to do this kind of watch parties more often, we can do it for, like I said, Honkai Impact 3rd, the Chinese developer live streams, for HSR in the future, and also even for Wuthering Waves. I would be down for it, especially since I want to make content on the game, but I don't have much time to make dedicated videos, but I want to at least try to make one sometime this summer. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.